Okay, so we are back to the last panel of the NSCAC Soccer Hub online debates. The challenge that we have in this panel is to discuss winning versus development. It's a very hot topic, as you know. And for that, we invited Nikola Leposavic and Ian Barker. The panel will be moderated by Kosmas, Mouratidis. I just want you to know once again that this is a live event, so we'll be able to ask questions. Please introduce it on the chat box. And our moderator will try to select some to introduce to our speakers. So I will introduce Ian Barker, Nikola, and Kosmas. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Hello, everybody.
Kosmas, the panel is yours, okay? I'll be back in 45 minutes. See you in a bit.
Thanks very much. Gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. Evening is depending on where we are. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to work with us and engage us and give us your insights. And I'd like to thank all of the people who are behind the scenes in organizing this Soccer Hub and the NSCAC. Outside of that, it's duly important to note that all of the people that are making us safe during this time, reaching out to them and thanking them for everything that they do and hoping that their families and they are all safe as well. Gentlemen, thank you once again. The topic that we're going to jump into is winning versus development, and it's a relatively hot topic of conversation, and it's not only aligned to our sport, but to any sport that has that kind of conversation, especially at the youth model and the youth level. Ian, I'll start with you, please, if you would. Can you give us your perspective as the Director of Coaching Education for the USC and what you see in this discussion and how it has developed over the course of these, let's say, last 10 years, this last decade?
Sure. I think in thinking about this coming into the hub today and having been asked this question so many times in the last, for a number of years, I think that it's a single word answer. It could be the beginning and the end. It's context. So what's the context, right? I mean, if you're an MLS coach, I don't think there is anything more important, respectfully, than winning. You probably only have 2 or 3 years in the job, and it's to win professional games. If you're coaching 6 and 8-year-olds in a rec program in Pickering, Ontario, I would say that winning is far, far further down that list. If I think about an interesting observation, a couple of years ago, the USL team here, which is essentially our second division in Kansas City, was affiliated with our professional MLS team, and they were one of the top teams. They got to the final every year of that competition. Last year, they came pretty much bottom of the USL because they were a group of young players with first-team players coming down, and so the emphasis of that squad, a professional squad or a semi-professional squad, completely changed because the first team coach wanted to use the second team to bring on young players. And so in a professional environment, development won out over winning for that group. So it is possible to blend it across the various levels that we have. I will say this though, that winning is always important in some capacity. So at the end of the day, in a grassroots environment, when you put a group of kids in a blue vest and a group of kids in a red vest, they might not be able to keep score. They might not actually have the ability to do that. But they almost certainly know that they're trying to better the other side. I think it's just simply a question of we as coaches, we as owners of clubs, administrators, and certainly the parents need to put it in a healthy context. And I would put it to you that at the youth level, as much as the development of talent, the development of a competitive mindset, having children learn about dealing with adversity and competition and things like that, we're also trying to get them to come back to the sport year after year. And winning and having success competitively needs to be part of that, but it is by no means the most exclusive part of that.
Excellent, Ian. Thank you. Nikola, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation. More or less, I think the same as Ian. The truth is somewhere between, I think that we need to learn the players how to win, but on one healthy way. I can speak about how we work here in Europe, and also I was a few years ago in Canada, in Ottawa Fury, and I had experience there. And more or less, everybody wants to win. But what is also important, it's important how we will win. I want to say that it's very important to know what is the key points when we work from different ages of the players. We have short terms and also we have long terms development, but I think that we need to have a balance because we want to create very successful players who will be able to compete on a senior level. That means that we need to know our way of playing, our way of coaching, and our way of selecting players, also our way of corrections. For example, sometimes it's very good if we lose a game, especially in youth, because only if we lose the games we can see how the players will react in these situations. We will see mentality of the whole team, of the player, each player, and sometimes it's good to win. And we want to win every time, but in other way it's good to lose because especially when we speak about player development, I think that they need to have progress in each part of this development. If we talk about technique, if we speak about tactic, physically, mentality, everything, you will have progress only if you have both winnings and losses, but of course, the key point for coaches and for clubs, directors is to set up the culture of winning, to set up the proper way how we will learn young players to win and to compete. More or less, this is the most important things. Also, maybe the first things are we want to develop young players to be healthy, to have healthy lifestyle habits, to enjoy in the trainings, to enjoy in the football, to become a good as a persons. Also, we need to care about how they are in a school. We are here in Europe, in Serbia especially, because we are producing a lot of talents for very big clubs around the world. We are care about all aspects of development. There is some things that we are doing on the field. Also, there's things that we are working on out of the field. But all these things are very important if we want to have a successful senior players who want to compete on top levels.
Thank you for watching this short preview video from the National Soccer Coaches Association of Canada. To see the full video, plus have access to hundreds of other coaching videos, blogs, webinars, and podcasts, plus free and discounted coach education courses and other soccer merchandise, plus to have exclusive access to register for all future NSCAC conventions, both live and online, click on the link below to become a member of the NSCAC today. Also, please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as your continued support allows us to continue to provide coach education and coach development resources to soccer coaches across Canada and worldwide. Thank you again for your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you at future NSCAC events.